Film fans have been waiting for years, but we finally got Martin Scorsese's After Hours on Blu-ray, but not just on Blu-ray, on Criterion 4K. I'm here to talk about it today, and I just want to go home. I just want to go home.
I'm unable to get home tonight, I can't get home. And I'm trying desperately.
What's going on, my friends? Welcome again to the Cobwebs channel, where we're dusting off the classics. My name is Daniel, and yeah, I'm really excited to talk to you about this 4K and to tell you about how I had a bit of an odyssey in the journey to get this 4K, much like Griffin Dunne goes through in this movie. Not really like that. So I ordered this online, and I opted to order the Blu-ray. Now wait, before you jump down my throat and freak out, let me explain myself. Here was my reasoning. Now the 4K was sold out at the time that I was ordering this. And the Barnes & Noble Criterion sale is going on right now, so you could get the 4K for $25, but you could get the Blu-ray for $20. So I thought, well, the 4K is sold out right now. I get to save $5. I can order it now. And the thing is, like, a 4K is going to be a huge upgrade with like an old basic studio Blu-ray, but a Criterion Blu-ray, that's going to look great. I'm going to be happy with it. I ordered the Blu-ray. And it came in the mail, and the case was all busted up, just cracked to hell. And I was like, dang it. So I went to my local Barnes & Noble to exchange it out. And the Blu-ray was there, but the 4K was there on the shelf. And I thought, you know what? Fate is giving me a second chance. It's a sign. I should just take this opportunity and get the 4K. And that's what I did. But was it worth it? Did I waste that $5? Let's talk about it. Now, I first saw this movie by renting the DVD from my local library. Support your libraries, folks. They have got cool stuff. And, I just rented it because I want to see Martin Scorsese movies. And I'll tell you right now, I loved it back then. And I wanted to order the Blu-ray, but it did not exist. Very weird how long this movie took to hit Blu-ray. So it was a pretty big deal when they announced that, when Criterion announced that they were putting this out. Of course, I knew I had to buy it right away. And I just watched it last night, my second time seeing it, and I love this movie. I think at this point, this is one of my favorite Martin Scorsese movies. And, one reason is because it's a great movie, but another reason is I so wish that more of our top level directors, our top level auteurs would make contemporary set movies with reasonable runtimes. Have you ever noticed that all of the biggest directors working today, all they ever do is 2.5 to 4 hour historical dramas? Now that's fine. There's a place for long historical dramas. I know a lot of people love them, but honestly, every time another one of these guys announces my next movie is 3.5 hours and it's about this, famous historical person that took place hundreds of years ago, they're constantly announcing these things, and people on film Twitter, people online, they always get super excited. And I'm like, how can you be excited for every epic historical drama? Like, that's not my kind of movie, man. Like, I like shorter movies. I like movies that are about smaller scale stories. I love that kind of thing. And I don't know why, I feel like I'm the only person who cares that our top level auteur directors never ever do that anymore. Here's the thing. People throw shade at blockbusters all the time for being stuck in nostalgia, for just rehashing the same franchises, blah, blah, blah. All the auteur Oscar directors, they're all stuck in nostalgia too. It's all they do. It's all they do is just homage the past. And I love that in 1985, Martin Scorsese made a contemporary set movie that's about 90 minutes long. It's exactly 97 minutes long, and it's a small scale story, and it's amazing. What the movie is about, it's starring Griffin Dunne, who, like everybody else, I mainly know from American Werewolf in London, the decaying friend of David. And but I looked up his filmography, and I saw recently he was in The French Dispatch. He was in Dallas Buyers Club. He's been in several movies recently that I've seen, and I don't remember noticing him. So I got to start looking out for him more, because he's fantastic in this movie. But he's just a basic everyman guy, kind of a perfect Hitchcockian everyman. I got to throw support to my friend Preston. He said that in his Letterboxd review. He's so right. He's a Hitchcockian everyman. Does it perfectly. And he meets a girl in a coffee shop. It's Rosanna Arquette. Because she's Rosanna Arquette, she's absolutely luminous. She's very cute. She kind of seems like a manic pixie dream girl kind of thing. And he's immediately intrigued, as pretty much any man would be. And she gives him her phone number, and he calls her up. She invites him over. He goes over. And he encounters some weirdness at that apartment. He discovers Rosanna Arquette, while beautiful, is very odd. And she's got some really weird stuff going on in her life. And he pretty quickly realizes, ooh, this was not a good idea. And from there, he embarks on this odyssey of this night. It's a one crazy night movie where he can't get home. He is trying and trying to get home, and obstacles keep popping up in front of him. And if you are a particularly empathetic movie watcher, where like you feel the character's feelings, and like if you're watching a really awkward situation, you feel that awkwardness and you get really tense, that describes me exactly. I am that movie watcher. This movie is an extremely stressful experience. It's so awkward. It's so stressful because like every conversation he has goes as badly as it can possibly go, and you feel so uncomfortable. This movie is a comedy. That's how I would classify it. But I mean, it's a comedy from the guy who made Taxi Driver. So it's a weird, trippy, really dark comedy. And I just love it. I love this movie. I think every film fan needs to own this. But do you need to own the 4K? My short answer is yes. I took the time and I compared. I watched the movie in full on the 4K. And then I popped in the Blu-ray to compare it. I do think the 4K is noticeably better. There is a better depth of field. The colors definitely pop more. The HDR really helps with that. The clarity is very good on the Blu-ray, but I do think it's that much clearer on the 4K. I could tell the difference, and I ended up thinking, yeah, I'm glad I got the 4K. I think I would have regretted it if I didn't, because the Blu-ray looks good. But the 4K is really impressive. Not the best 4K I've seen this year. Not as impressive as something like the Manchurian Candidate. I don't know that it's even as impressive as the recent Warner Brothers 4K of Vacation, which I also watched recently. The colors don't quite pop that much. But it's a less colorful movie. It's got less beautiful scenery than Vacation has. And it's a better movie than Vacation for sure, even though I really like Vacation. No shade on that. I'm going to talk about that in my wrap-up video at the end of the month anyway. I am a big fan of this movie. As far as special features, you got a documentary on this from like 2003, but take the word documentary with a grain of salt. It's about 18 minutes long, but it's got Scorsese, it's got Griffin Dunn, it's got the editor, Thelma Shoemaker, I believe her name is, and I think it's got one of the writers as well, if I'm remembering correctly. So it's got that. It's got a new conversation between, like 2023 conversation between, who is the woman that is on there? Her name is Fran Lebowitz. Between her and Martin Scorsese, that's around 20 minutes long. And then you've got some kind of video essay kind of thing where they're interviewing like a production designer and somebody else. I didn't actually check that out, to be totally honest with you. It's got deleted scenes. Very cool. So if you want to do a real deep dive in this movie, you totally can. And it's got the trailer. If you open this up, you get a really cool booklet featuring this flyer that you see in the movie. You know that's a great joke if you've seen the movie. Got some artwork back there. You've got an essay in here. It folds right out like this. Very cool. You got a cast list. Criterion's really good about having booklets. I love having booklets. Am I more likely to watch a video essay or to grab a booklet and read it? Booklet and read it every time. Because I feel like it's an opportunity to stop looking at screens. I look at screens so much. If it's like, you want to look at a screen again or you want something physical? I'm like, physical, please. There you've got the 4K and the Blu-ray. So you get both, as I stated before, with this release. And the Barnes & Noble sale's going on right now. You can get this 4K for $25, $24.99. That's an amazing deal. It's really cool that when a brand new Criterion Blu-ray 4K comes out during the sale, it's in the sale. You would think it would be excluded, like Vinegar Syndrome. With Vinegar Syndrome sales, the brand new stuff is not on sale. Not so in this case. So it's very cool. I highly recommend grab this before the end of July while you still can for this low, low price, because it's so worth it. And I do think every film fan needs to have this movie. It's great. At this point, I would put it in my top 5, Martin Scorsese. I really would. I like this kind of movie. I like that he did it. I like when top talent in Hollywood goes into making a 90-minute comedy. I wish that happened more often, but it doesn't happen very often, but After Hours is a special case. That's it, folks. That's my review of After Hours. If you enjoyed this, I'd appreciate you dust off the like button and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I do a lot of list videos, ranking videos, and I do a lot of Blu-ray videos, and that's the bulk of my channel. We talk about old movies. And like I mentioned, I also recently reviewed the Manchurian Candidate on 4K. You can check that out on my channel. Thank you so much for watching. With all that said, don't forget to take some time to enjoy yourself today, have some fun, watch a movie, and I'll see you later.